In a minute. So I just decided to hop on live. Really, I said I'll be going live twice a week, which I have been, but it just seems it's getting tougher and tougher to stay committed to this shit because my schedule has been so busy lately. So busy. School, work, kids, having a partner, just life in general, having a whole family to take care of, and on top of that, school. Like, bro, I feel like this is the toughest quarter I have had since I have been living, since I have been getting an education, ever. And really, like, a challenge is just a challenge. Nothing is bigger than me, and that goes the same for everybody else. It's a matter of a mental game. Honestly, it's really about what you're continuing to tell yourself, how you are feeling about the situations that you are partaking in. So, um, I just have to keep my mind and my head wrapped around where I'm going ultimately, and not be so stuck in like what's happening right now. You know, um, the desire, the dream is on my mind, on my heart for a reason. So it's going to materialize. It's just a matter of me finishing it, a matter of me pushing through, and a matter of me continuing to be empowered and living with integrity and courage, to be better, to do better, to feel better. If you know, if you know, if you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? If you own that type of vibe, and if you, I believe you are because you're watching this video. So, yeah, I'm on this. What's going on, Marciela? What's going on? What's up? What's up? Thank y'all for joining. I believe, well, I'm like on my, what? Today was fifth. Today is the 17th. Yeah, 56th day of my 66-day challenge of of recreating my reality. Yeah, recreating my reality, man. So once I'm done with the 66 days, I'm gonna do another 66 days for my supporters and challenge y'all to recreate y'all's reality, and go through what I have been doing each day, every day, basically going live for 66 days or posting a video. I'll probably post a video about it because I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, you can pray. I pray in my own time, in my own space. But I will send you love, light, and empowerment your way. You know what I mean? We all need that. We all need that that support, that love, that healing. Straight up. I thank y'all for joining. Hit that like button as you come in. Make sure you subscribe for the vibe. You know? R41N, you are funny. But if that's true for you, that's nasty, bruh. I can't believe Dixon your ass died. That's wild. Takes courage to admit that, huh? Nah, but that's a good one. You tried it. Y'all hit that like button for me though. Subscribe. Yeah, we hitting the 100K supporters by the end of the year. 100K supporters by the end of the year. But yeah, man, 66-day challenge. I'm on 57. I can't believe it. I can't believe it though. Like, to reprogram and recreate my reality. And I've been discovering and realizing so many things about myself, so many things about life in general, and it's just been a wild ride to say the least, you know. But I'm keeping up with it, even though, regardless, like of my busy ass schedule, how crazy my schedule has gotten and everything. Like I'm committed to it because, bro, the struggle of just trying to survive is not it. It's not it. I refuse to continue to live my life as if I can't, I don't have power over where my life is going, or, being a victim and feeling like shit's not working out for me. I refuse to continue to live like that. So, um, yeah, I'm challenging myself to really stick to it this time, you know, because it's truly, truly, truly 100% possible to rearrange and live the life that you truly want and desire and deserve. You just have to work towards it and become that person. Be, do, and have everything that person, that version of you, that lives that life does right now. Like, think about what would that person be doing in this moment, that version of me be doing in this moment to live that life. If I was that version of me, what would I be doing? Would I be eating this shit? Would I be participating in these types of situations? Would I be participating in this drama? Would I be talking about the next person? Or would I be talking bad about myself when I look in the mirror? You know what I mean? Right. Would you be watching this stream? What would you be doing? Would you be twiddling your thumbs? Would you be participating in personal development? Would you be reading a book? Would you be talking to your kids differently? Like that's the type of shit that you really gotta sit back and think and like really um self reflect on, because once you have the courage to self reflect, bro, you start to empower yourself. You start to really really think that and see that you're living this life because of every decision that you have made up until this point. When you look in the mirror, you better like what God has brought into this world. Honestly, honestly, because whether you believe it or not, like you had a say in what is going on right now in your life, how you look, the family that you were born into, like it all plays a role in like the interconnectedness of everything in this life, in this world. We are a part of the ultimate creation. And yeah, we can't really fathom how powerful that really is, how true that really is, but it's 100% like legit, bro. Why would anybody believe that we're separate from the world, from God, separate from ultimate creation? You really think you're that special that you're separate? Nah, man, we're all interconnected, and everything is you reflected reflecting back to you. Everything is you reflected back to you. So if you really consider that and take note of that, you start not to take life so serious. You understand, like it's a game. I don't say it as a game as in like it's bullshit and you should just go live life willy-nilly. Like it's a game as in you don't have to take it so serious. You don't have to be that person where you feel like you're a victim of your life and things are just happening to you. You start to really play your part, the character, the main character, and rewrite your own story. You write the game how you want it with intention. You know what I mean? You write the game with intention. And you look at every situation as something that you could learn from. If you focus too much on yourself, we tend to get angry and depressed though. Like sometimes it's good. For real, gotta protect my peace. Jesus will say you have clothes on your back, you're good. We are in America, so our society is broken with fake wealth and credit cards. I honestly feel you on saying like if you focus on yourself too much, you tend to get angry and depressed. Like that's 100%. But like when you do focus on yourself, like you can rewire your thoughts of how you are thinking about yourself. You know what I mean? We've been programmed for so long to focus on the negatives, focus on the things that we're lacking, things that are missing. But really, is anything missing, or are you just focusing on that what do I want to say, on that damn, it slipped my mind. Um, anyways, it's not real. That illusion that something is missing. Yes, compassion is the thief. Comparison is the thief of joy. Absolutely, bro. I agree with you. We're supposed to live ourselves, exactly. Living ourselves, we tend to not be so judgmental of ourselves and the world around us and situations and people. Like really, I love to say that happy people ain't hating and hating people ain't happy. Like the more that you love yourself, the more you will spread love around you. So if you come across somebody who's angry and upset, they're trying to take you down, and just don't take it personal. Don't take it personal because they're not happy with themselves. They're not happy with themselves, dude. I love that name Tristan, by the way. I used to want to name my son Tristan. I love, love, love that name. But yeah, man, protecting your peace is so important. It's like foundational type shit, protecting your peace and just observing. Observing is so also foundational because once you start to observe and you don't absorb, you become so much more healthier, you become so much more happier, peaceful, you know, is uh I'm 25. I learned it the hard way. Man, me too. Me too. But it's better late than never. At least you are learning in this lifetime. You don't have to go another lifetime or even this whole lifetime living in fear, living in doubt, you know what I mean? And shame and guilt and resentment. Good for you for learning that right now when you're 25. There's people 65, 75, you know what I mean? They went their whole life living in living in a way that they regret on their deathbed, saying that they wish they would have did something different. Straight up. I learned to be less empathetic, or what do you mean to be less empathetic, or exactly. Exactly, because unfortunately I feel like they didn't have the courage to change. You know what I mean? There's a few people that I know, like younger than me, younger than me, and they're like, I'm too old. I'm too old to change. I can't change. This is just the way that I am. That's an excuse. That's an excuse not to look at your past and heal. It's an excuse to stay the same and live in the same predicament and continuing to react to life. I believe that being empathetic and is a good thing, and that allows people to have compassion, but you know that goes with the same thing of me saying to observe. Of course, you can be empathetic, but observe it. Don't absorb it. Don't internalize it. I had to learn that because for so long I was empathetic and internalized people's emotions. But you know, it's a intelligence thing that you have to grow from in balance. Some people gonna give us a sob story. Yes, some people are gonna give us a sob story through though a common narcissistic spot. No, straight up. That's what I'm saying. Like the same thing is like it's an excuse. It's an excuse. Most people who say they're pathetic are usually the first ones to resort to hatred under the slightest pressure. Emotional regulation. Absolutely. Emotional regulation, dude. I've I've been learning more and more of that because for so long I was the person who was reacting to life and people like don't fuck with me type shit. But I had to learn emotional regulation. And I wouldn't say most people, like a lot of people, yeah, but you know, it's all about perspective, Mr. Cooper. So I choose to look at, man, it's not even about what I choose to do. It's really about perspective, man. Yes, have discernment, have awareness, but like saying saying most is what you're going to mostly see, you know? Saying bro, words are so fucking powerful. The power of the tongue is real. The like in the beginning was the word, you know what I mean? Like the power of the tongue is real, so we gotta watch what we say and how we say things. Yes, intention matters, but like at the same time, unbeknownst to a lot of people, words have power. So I try not to say and generalize most in situations, you know what I mean? I just let the situation be. Let the people be and observe how that played out, you know what I mean? And not try to generalize a group of people off of one person's mistake, you know? Straight up. It's best for me to just cry before I get mad. Dude, are you like, do you say before you get mad, are you like, do you have a temper or something? Like you like terrorize shit if you get mad or something? Or at least say at the political ideological level. Those who advertise it as a virtue in politics are who I'm speaking about. Okay, okay. A lot of the time it's just a reflection of the heart. Mr. Cooper virtue. What? Um, what was I about to say? He said a lot of times it's just a reflection of the heart. I've realized that like at the end of the day, all we want is love. Whether you get angry, whether you get sad, where whatever emotion comes up, if you really think about it, everybody just wants love and acceptance to be heard. So, you know, you can't invalidate anybody's feelings. People feel how they want to feel. People feel how they feel, you know, whether that be because they don't know how to handle a situation or how they have been raised and, you know, how they grew up and how they think. You know what I mean? Like every feeling is legit and you can't really tell someone how to feel, you know. All you have to do all we need to do for each other is have compassion and send love to one another. Like that's truly what we need more of in the world. And once you really understand that, that all anybody ever wants is love and understanding. You stop taking shit so personal, man. Stop taking shit so personal. Hey, Kermit is legit. Don't even give him that type of label. Kermit is cool. You reference politics. I just mentioned virtues. It comes from the left, right? I would hope so. I'm a menace. I should be free to roam the streets, but I am. For he loves Miss Piggy. Leave Kermit alone. Oh man, y'all want to talk about being free in politics and shit? I don't believe anybody should be locked up. Being locked up is a different form of slavery, a modern day slavery type shit. Like everybody needs help. Being locked up doesn't do much of anything for anybody unless you link up with the quote unquote right people when you're locked up. But 9 times out of 10, motherfuckers get out of jail and do the same damn thing. They didn't learn anything. What is it really helping anybody? It's nothing but putting more money in certain types of people's pockets. But y'all hit that like button for me. Hit that like button, share this live. Make sure you support the channel. Like I said, we're working on growing to 100K supporters by the end of this year. Let's go, let's go. The entire point of locking up people is to protect those who don't pose a harm to others. Society doesn't owe a violent person anything. And why do you think they're violent? Why do you think they're violent? Because of everything else going on in the world, because they don't know how to emotionally regulate, because they don't know how to really think with intelligence. They weren't taught the right things. They have something messed up in their brain, whether that be from drugs or whatever. Drugs came from the fucking government. The government implemented these institutions to lock people up for taking their fucking drugs, for being in these mental states of unstable, being unstable. Nah, locking somebody up is not the answer, bro. I hear what you're saying, but that ain't it. We need new rules and regulations. We need to get back to loving one another, like the matriarchy. All this patriarch type shit came about for power, for elitism. That it doesn't do it, bro. We need balance in this world. Straight up balance. We can have both power and love, but there's pushing the narrative of power, 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 being better than the next man. That's all I can say because they act out in violence. How is that not obvious? I wonder if their family wasn't teaching them emotional regulation. I wonder that too, but sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. Like, sometimes it doesn't really matter your upbringing. Sometimes you can live in a house with two, you know what I'm saying? You can have a brother, you can have a sister living in the same house. One of them goes the way of having a good heart, doing great things in the world, and the other can go down the path of self destruction. Like sometimes it's not even a matter of your upbringing. You know, there's different things at hand that can alter your mind and your decision making. So you really never really know unless you actually get to know the person and their past and why they think the way that they think. You know what I mean? That's why judging doesn't do anything. Yes, we can cause psychosis and dude, weed for sure. Weed these days, yeah. Weed back then, no. Weed is regulated by the government now. So yes, absolutely. I believe that shit. You're painting far too broad of a brush. If you say so, yes, I'm speaking in general because I don't know. I don't have a specific person that I'm talking about. I'm just saying. No, you're missing the point, guy. I'm not saying all Law and Order is bad. Not no, you're missing it. Mr. Cooper sheep rambling off the dome. I believe you two have good intent, but you can a bit annoying. Yes. Thank you, Tristan. You got it, bro. You got it. Thank you, bro. Oh, man. See, I know somebody get it. I know my mind be going here and there, but hey, there's people out there who get it. And then there's other people who troll or intentionally try to miss the point, you know what I mean? But it's whatever. As long as one person hears the message, as I did my job, you know. I did my job. So like I was saying, y'all, I'm on the what is this 57th day of my challenge, my personal challenge of recreating my reality. And it's 66 days for myself. And then the last 66 days of the year, I will be challenging my channel, whoever wants to join in, of recreating their reality. I can't believe it. It's like what 9 more days? 9 more days and I'll be done? Bruh, it's crazy. I think you're coming in and hitting on the random live. On top of our, I think you're both just feeding off of each other's shallow altruism. Mr. Cooper, you need some love, my guy. I think you're coming in and hitting on the random live. I just joined the chill. It's okay to be shallow and altruistic. It's 2 a.m. Do you think we are bright and perky? Like, it's easy to say vague things like we can operate in power and love. Absolutely. Like, it is easy, and we can. We should. We should. But at the end of the day, society has to have some degree of justice system to maintain social order and security. No, you believe that because that's what you have been programmed to believe, but we don't actually need that. We've been programmed to believe that we need that. But if we get to a back to a society that is not all focused on power, we wouldn't need that shit. There was a time in society, in the world, where it was ran off matriarchy, where it was based off of love, integrity, compassion, healing, you know what I mean? It ran off of that shit. And then it changed over time to the patriarchy because of power, because of money. We don't absolutely need the government and all of these this way of life how it is now. I believe we can have a balance of it all to have a more peaceful world, a more peaceful life, a more peaceful way of living. Straight up. You can say vague things and you don't have to get it. Exactly. Mr. Cooper, how old are you? You sound like an old man who's about to die off in his generation. Are you part of that generation that's about to die off? Because that's what you sound like. We're not saying abolish the police. Absolutely not. There's God's law and man's law. Why do you think you're so big for a king? Saying I don't get it is inaccurate. I completely understand what you're saying, but I'm finding you both to be very intellectually shallow, just saying tropes. The government has 400 institutions. I do think it's too much, but government can be beneficial. Cooper, I'm 25. Yeah, I never said the government wasn't beneficial, dude. Oh, that's Tristan. But let's not just go back and forth, because because it's not worth it. You're not worth my energy, dude. You're not worth it. But thank you for being here. I don't participate in politics and that bullshit. It's just another way to separate us all. I'm not into that shit. I'm into unity. I'm not into conformity. I'm into freedom. I'm into thinking for myself, you know? So I'm me, and that's just what it is. Straight up. You telling me we need this and we need that. There's so many instances where I have seen the government take out communities. Communities for power. So I don't 100% believe in that shit at all. But yeah, man, it is whatever. This channel is not about like going back and forth. Straight up. It's about growth, empowerment, enlightenment. It's about energy healing. It's about emotional well being, personal development. And the necessity of structured consequences to deter harm and enable justice, replacing nuance with feel good way. Bro, you're that sounds so wrong. And I'm not even a person who says right or wrong, but that sounds so dumb, bro. Like you support that all while the government supports killing masses of people like genocide. Innocent people. Like, come on now. You're whatever, bro. Yeah, it does sound dumb. You support 100% support the government. This government who just massively destructed a fucking country basically. Genocide. Who supported that shit? Yes. Yes. It wasn't a war. Those people were innocent, bruh. It was not a war. Those people were innocent kids, mothers, families, innocent people. So, if anything, they need some damn consequences. But no, so many people just blindly go about their life and say, oh, we can't do anything about that. Fuck that. Anywho, oh yeah, am I? Not a defense of the bro. You just said that a necessity of structured consequences to deter harm and enable justice. But that is like a backhanded comment because they are harming people. They support harm in certain situations. So get out of here with that. I'm reading exactly what you said. Reading exactly what you said, dude. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, dude. I'm done with you, Mr. Cooper. I said good day. I say good day. Much love to you. Hope you get the enlightenment that you need, straight up, for the world around you, for yourself, because we truly do need that shit. Stop supporting blindly the programming that we have been indoctrinated for so long to. You know what I mean? Start to think for yourself. Think for yourself. Self empowerment, dude. Start to reflect on what's really going on in this world. Stop just listening to other people and what has been going on for so long. Really, is it really working? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no, it's not working. So we must start to think for ourselves, and truly we can change. Once we change ourselves, we can change the world around us. But continuing to think as if everything's just fine and dandy, we need this, we need that, to continue in this space of where we're at, and to live a life of freedom. Bro, is it really a free world? Hell no. Hell fucking no. There's so much lies in the news, so much lies all around us, so much fear mongering, so much, bruh, so much hate spread. Like, what is this world really coming to for it to be like this? What's going on, David? Thank you for joining. Hit that like button as you come in, man. Spread love, straight up. Spread love. Stop judging one another. Look at yourself in the mirror, bro. Straight up. Don't worry about what's lacking, quote unquote. Don't worry about what you don't have. There's so many things to be grateful for, man. So many things to be grateful for. I just watched this video the other day of this 14-year-old kid who paralyzed himself because he was running from a fucking wasp, and he jumped in the shallow end of a pool and paralyzed himself, man. So, like, that just goes to show, like, your life can change in a blink of an eye from a freak accident, man. So, we truly do have so many things to be grateful for. You have your limbs. You're able to think for yourself. You're able to look at your loved ones, feel your loved ones. You know what I mean? You're able to feed yourself. You're able to wipe your own ass. You know what I mean? It just bothers me. A supposed IQ guy joins and just analyzes us and calls us stupid. I'm happy. I'm healthy. Love it ain't fair sometimes, dude. It doesn't. Don't let. Remember what I said? Happy people ain't hating, and hating people ain't happy. That was one of those people. So don't take it personal, man. Don't take it personal. Don't internalize it. Observe. Don't absorb. Observe. The more we understand that life is a fucking game, that we can live a better life once we not don't ha- once we stop taking everything so seriously. We straight up. While I was rapping with you, you probably been through some stuff. Absolutely. We all been through some stuff. I myself have been through hell of a lot, bro. And this is why I'm choosing to not internalize and take on people's bullshit, because I done been through so much bullshit already. And I'm ready to live a life of fulfillment, bro. A life of true peace and happiness. True peace, Wu Wei, you feel me? At no point did I ever claim to be more intelligent than either of you just because I've found the things you said about an issue shallow and generic topics doesn't mean you should take it personal. Yeah, you wouldn't be on a live rambling like that if you didn't. That's why I'm saying who just comes in and nitpick. You can ban him if you want. You got you gotta click his name. I know, but honestly, like he's getting me views. He's getting me watch hours. You know, the more he comments, the more the algorithm recognizes my live. That's me changing my perspective of people like him, you know what I mean? Of negative people, of low vibrational people, of people who aren't really aware, you know what I mean? Of people who aren't on the mental capacity of oneness. It's all about perspective, dude. I do the same thing to trolls. Absolutely. It is what it is. I don't take I've learned not to take anything personal. I have empathy, but at the same time it's good to have balance, you know what I mean? Compassion, understanding, like but also know when to put your foot down and jump on the motherfucker's neck, you know, and now's not the time. Just talking. Just talking. We don't have to agree. You know what I mean? Agree. Whoever came up with the term "agree to disagree" was a fucking genius. You feel me? Agree to disagree was a genius because that's the same thing of observing, of just letting things be. Straight up. Yes, disagreements are good because we can see the other people's we can see other people's points of views, you know what I mean? We understand like not everybody's the same. If everybody was the same, what would this world be? So fucking boring. So damn boring. Exactly. Exactly. So I appreciate the conversation. It's all good. Where y'all at in the world, by the way? I heard you say, or I read what you said when you said it was 2 a.m. Where y'all at in the world? I'm in Oregon on the Pacific Northwest. I love it over here. But right now it's 12, it just hit 12 a.m. Florida, okay, okay. Dude, I love Destin. That water is gorgeous. Yeah. Right now is I think it's like 39. It's 58 degrees. When it gets to like the ass crack of the morning, it's like 39. Except when somebody disagrees with you on something like properly functioning judicial system, you claim they're supporting a system that can. You do. You do, bro. You basically said that. You basically said that. You didn't say genocide, but that's what they're doing. So if you support the government and how they operate now, yeah, dude. But it is what it is. I get you love to argue. I get it. I get it, dude. I get it, dude. If you were right here, I'd give you a hug and a slap on the neck. Say, stop that bullshit. The problem is we can't verify much. Bro, if you look it up right now, you'll see that they supported that. They supported that Israel Palestine shit. How old are you, Mr. Cooper? I really am wondering. Well, it's beneficial to our economy and Biden's chocolate chunk ice cream. It's either through willful ignorance or stupid that you're still maintaining this falsehood in which I supposedly support every and all things current government does. Okay, Mr. Cooper. Whatever you say. Are you finished or are you done? Oh man, I need to finish my homework. I need to get back to studying.
What are you talking about?
I'm alive.
Huh?
I'm alive.
That's why you didn't want to watch a movie with us.
I've been meaning to go live.
That's why.
Hmm?
That's why.
Yeah. Anywho, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for joining on the live, the conversation. Much love to y'all. Be empowered, go be great. Alright. Catch me on the next live. Probably tomorrow, because that'll be 2 out of 2 for the week. Alright. Peace.